I didn't know there was more reveals yesterday. You know, I thought it was just the MonsterVerse Justice League crossover thing that they revealed, and that was it. I did not know there was like an entire panel yesterday at NYCC for Mcfarlane where he showcased like more upcoming like reveals for figures that are going to come to the line in the future. Most likely next year. I think most of these things are going to drop next year. Instead of making like a post on this, I'm just going to make this into a video where I can just talk about my opinions on these figures. And yeah, I do apologize for the scuff setup though, because I am literally using my phone camera to record my iPad screen. Hopefully in the future I will use like screen capture so it won't be this scuff. If I ever do any more of these kind of videos, I don't know if I will, but for this particular one I will, because all this news just came out of left field. I was like, what the heck is happening? I did not see any of this last night, or maybe I wasn't paying attention, I don't know. So here we are looking at this first image that shows 4 figures in this solo wave. I think these are all like solo releases, so these are all the regular figures we get usually in the solo line, and that's kind of interesting. So we get Orion, we get Wildcat, we got Aqualad, and we got Superman in that more older style costume that he worn in the past, which is kind of cool. But in my opinion, for what figure that I'm excited for in this first image, it would definitely be Orion and Wildcat. So Orion mainly because I want him for the new Genesis, new God shelf, you know, that whole side of DC. Wildcat mainly because I really want to build the Justice Society at like comic book versions of them in a shelf. So I hope that more of the members of the Justice Society do show up in the DC Multiverse line in the 7-inch scale, because I know recently they dropped a 3-pack for the Superpowers line that showed 3 of the characters from Justice Society. So yeah, I am excited to see that Wildcat is finally getting a 7-inch scale version, so that is really cool. And let's move on to the next photo, because the next photo is even more intriguing. We have the next comic-based Build-A-Figure wave, and it is a Justice League Build-A-Figure wave again. But this time, the Build-Figure is Darkseid, which is really surprising because we recently just got a Darkseid Mega Fig, and from this render of what we're seeing, it looks like the head is definitely going to be reused, the legs are definitely being reused, the waist piece is definitely being reused as well. As for the arms, I have no clue if those are like new arms or old arms. Hopefully the figure looks better than this render. I can't tell what's going on here. In terms of like the characters in this wave, you got Aquaman, which looks pretty cool with that head sculpt. I'm not gonna lie. You got Superman with like, I guess, the mullet hairstyle, which is interesting because in the Plastic Man Build-A-Figure wave, the art card that they chose to use is based off of this version, I think. Excuse me. So yeah, pretty interesting to finally see that this figure is showing up, or this version with the mullet hair is finally showing up in figure form. So it's not the first time though. Wait, hold up. There was another one before, I think. Oh yeah, right. There was. In the collector edition wave, there was another one that showed up. So interesting. So there's like the second version, and this time it's reusing I think it's the infected Superman body buck. It looks like it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Then we got Flash. So this one I think is going to sell out. I have a feeling it will, because anyone who missed out on that Target exclusive Flashpoint Flash during that whole Cyborg, Flashpoint Build-A-Figure wave that they had going on at Target, you are now getting another chance to get that Flash, basically. Now, will this version include the unmasked head? I don't know. Right, like until more information comes out in the future, I guess we'll see what accessories they include for each one of these figures. But yes, this particular Flash from this render, he is definitely reusing that same body buck. He is literally in that same color scheme as that that version, like that costume. So if you missed out on that Flash, well, here you go. You have a chance again, and this time you do not have to worry about it being a Target exclusive, because this build wave seems to probably be a regular build wave, so it's going to be like mass retail release. So every site is going to have this up on their store page if they do sell these products. So yeah, so this makes it even better. And of course, in this wave, you got to have a Batman, which is very typical, so that doesn't surprise me. I hope the Build-A-Figure does turn out to be a good one. I'm very concerned because the fact that it is reusing pieces of the Mega Figure, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But this is definitely a build wave that I will be collecting for sure. I do want another Darkseid. Any excuse to get another, comic book Darkseid, I mean, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. All right, now we're on the Mega Fig. So this one is very interesting to me because this is Swamp Thing. Now, I've never seen Swamp Thing in the color of red before. So if you know what version this is from, comment below. I have no clue what this version is based off of, but I can tell that they are retooling that same Mega Fig Swamp Thing mold they had before, which is not a bad thing because that mold is pretty cool. And he's still the tallest Mega Fig that they've made, I think, for the DC line. He is still the tallest one. I don't think there's any other Mega Fig that is taller than him in the DC line. So yeah, he's still a pretty big figure. Oh, I do not want to copy that. Yeah, so they've retooled, certain parts of him. But if you look at the waist area, the legs, and everything down here, it's the same legs, right? So it's the same figure mold. It's just been retooled, but I like it. I like that they did that. And from this render over here, you can see he has fist hands. So he is going to have swappable hands, which is pretty cool. I do hope they also include the I don't know what the heck to call it, the plant weapon thing that he has with his other version, where his he turns his hand into some sort of plant weapon thing. I hope they include that in red, so that can also be another swappable option for getting him into action poses. So I don't know if he will have that, but I hope he does. Makes it even better. But yeah, this is definitely a Mega Figure that I will pick up. I love Swamp Thing. I have the original green one. I also have the glow-in-the-dark version of him. And I definitely would want a red version of him. Because it looks crazy. I don't know what's going on in this chest area. It's like he's wearing armor. So, I don't know what's happening there. Okay. Now, we come to the next image. This is not surprising. So, ever since we got Batmobiles being released left and right nonstop, this was bound to happen sooner or later. However, I don't know how much they're going to be charging for this, because this particular reveal here says that the figure is not included. So this is going to be the vehicle by itself. It does not state that it's exclusive to, Mcfarlane or some other storefront. So I'm assuming this is going to be released retail, so you can find it in the stores potentially, or Amazon. I don't know. I'm just making this assumption. I don't know how this is going to be released. And on top of that, I'm hoping that this car has LED, because from this image of the render, it looks like the red and orange areas should have some LED inside to make it glow. Because, they literally made 2 Batmobiles have LED recently, right? The Batman Beyond thing that we just saw last week, that got LED and that got sounds. And then before that, back during, San Diego Comic-Con, when they revealed that, what was that one? The Batman Forever Batmobile, that one had LED built into it too. So I'm hoping that this one also has it as well. How this one's going to be priced, I don't know. Because since it doesn't include a figure, I'm going to assume that this is probably going to be $89. just because of the LED. Because, I mean, they've been raising the prices on these things like crazy recently. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is $89. But yeah, this is really good for people who actually want this Batmobile. I don't know if I'll get this Batmobile. I don't really want to collect every single Batmobile. I have my own, interests in which ones look cool to me. So I'm not going to get every single Batmobile, of course, because it's costly. I will get that Batman Beyond one in the future for sure, but, this one, maybe not. I'll see. I'll think about it. If it ever goes on sale, I might pick it up. I do have that Batman figure because I have the entire build wave. I have no clue why I have that build wave. I just do. So there's that. All right. Then we come to collector edition. And yeah, I'm pre-ordering this whole wave. I want everything here. Like, look, I have my problems with collector edition, but like if this is the only way to get those characters I've been wanting for a long time, it's the only way. I mean, I'm not going to get them anywhere else, right? Guy Gardner, Power Girl, and then the traditional version of Captain Cold. Like, holy shit. I want this entire wave, man. I want the entire wave. I'm gonna wake up early when this goes up for pre-order and just pre-order this whole freaking wave and just not even look back. Especially Power Girl. I know for a fact that Power Girl and probably Guy Gardner are gonna sell out. But I feel like Power Girl is going to sell out before Guy Gardner does. That's how I feel right now. I know for a fact that Power Girl will sell out because everybody's been waiting for this figure for a long time in this line. So, and she's also a member of the Justice Society. So there you go. Another figure right there for the Justice Society shelf. So yeah. Nothing else to be said about this wave. Literally just really excited for this wave. Really happy that this is happening. And yeah, this is definitely on my most want list, like for new action figures from the DC Multiverse line. So there's that. And last but not least, we are getting a re-release of the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman, which is very interesting. It's going to be in a 2-pack with Reverse Flash, using the body buck that they've used on the Flashpoint Flash. So that's cool. They both have unmasked heads, and of course, this version of Batman does have guns. So, for people who missed out on the Target exclusive version of this Thomas Wayne Batman many years ago, you have your chance now. I did buy that version recently, like a couple months back at Frankenstein's for like $60. Do I regret it? No. Am I going to pick up this 2-pack? I for sure freaking will. I don't mind having a third one because I want that Flash figure, that Reverse Flash, to match with the Flashpoint Flash. So definitely a pickup for me. Hopefully he has lightning effects. I really hope he does come with some, because if this is the 2-pack for $40, that's pretty expensive. With barely any accessories, but hopefully he does have his lightning effects and also some swappable hands, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But this was the last thing that I saw yesterday, posted this morning. So I think these are all the reveals that they showed at the NYCC panel, and I'm happy. I'm excited for a lot of the stuff. I don't know what else to say. It's just been a wild, wild week of just, new releases, pre-orders, and all that. It's becoming so hard to follow. Like, it feels like there's no break, but that's usually how it always is, right? There's never a break. So if you found this video informative and fun, give it a like. If you want to see me do more of this type of video, I guess. I don't know how often I'll do this, but yeah. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do that as well. You don't have to. In the end of the day, I make these videos for fun, and I just wanted to share my initial reactions today of how I feel about these upcoming releases. So, yeah. With that said, take care, and I will see you in the next video.